attendees joining. Welcome, everybody. Let's get started.
All right, everybody. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Tanya Nisguretsky, CEO and co-founder of the Virtual Diamond Boutique. And this is Elliot Atlas, our CTO.
Hi, guys.
Very excited to have you guys here today. We're actually very excited to have you here today because we're going to be talking about a topic that is very near and dear to our hearts, and that is VDB and the solutions that we've created to support our industry and through their technology challenges, as well as the marketplace that we've created that basically changed the way we buy, sell, and operate. So there's a lot of love here. So we're happy to share it with you. A little bit about why we began. Let me give you a little bit of background about myself. I grew up in this industry. I basically grew up in retail and later on opened up a wholesale diamond company. And I was really in the front lines and saw the progression of what was happening, especially in my retail store. You know, we are on 47th Street and we saw a ton of traffic going by, and that was really how we did our business. There was a lot of people on the street. But slowly but surely through the years, as internet came about, we started noticing that, obviously that foot traffic was dwindling and dwindling. Though we noticed it, we weren't quick to do anything about it. We kind of, were busy doing other things. But before we realized, what was happening, we realized that things have changed and we could no longer function the way we did. So we actually had to move our physical store to more of an office location. But we figured, what can we do? And what could we have learned from that process? And what could we have done differently? So with that vision, VDB was born. It was born from the vision of supporting retailers and making sure that we provide them the technology that's necessary for them to be able to grow their businesses and be able to, survive and thrive during these times. So a basic marketplace, by the way, is not enough. And that's not what Virtual Diamond Boutique is about. We're not just a basic marketplace. We are also a technology company, and that is the big difference between us. A few facts about the Virtual Diamond Boutique. We are 5 years old. We have 5 offices, and we have over 75 employees. We're headquartered in the United States, and we have offices in India, Israel, and we have satellite office in Australia. Another unique feature to VDB is that we're free for buyers. Guys, that's like amazing. By the way, no other marketplace does that, okay? The ones that give free trials, whatever it may be, after a while, they make you pay for it. We don't. We support our buyers. So come in, log in, get to connect with our suppliers at no cost. We do not collect any commission fees. So there's no reason why you should not be logging in and using this amazing tool to enhance your business. So again, as I mentioned before, we are part marketplace, part technology company, and we're going to get into a little bit of both in a minute. Our marketplace, just want to give you a little bit of an overview. We actually have over 18,000 members worldwide that have registered through the 5 years that we've been, and you see the progression is growing pretty rapidly. This is basically through really hard work. We've done like 15 trade shows a year. We're active in the industry. We're doing a lot of things to make sure that we're bringing more and more buyers onto our marketplace. And you can see that is growing. We also have an activity growth chart that shows you our activity rate is actually growing more than doubling each time. So we're, on a good roll here, and we're happy to be part of it. Another unique feature and functionality of VDB is that we are one marketplace, but we actually have 4 product categories under that marketplace. And we felt that it was really necessary. I know that some marketplaces have just one product category and some people like against having any others, and they're like, we just want to be in diamonds. But you know what? We're one industry. Why do we need to be separated? We really believe that one product category drives business to the other product category. And you know what? We need to be, at a trade show. You're all under one umbrella and you're able to do business together. Is there a reason why we cannot have a marketplace that allows you to do that as well? Well, we felt it was necessary to give you all four under one. And actually, they're all created very differently and separately. And Elliot is going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So when we design these product categories, we design them separately for a lot of different reasons, but they're each really its own app. You could have literally had a diamond app, a gemstone app, a jewelry app, lab grown app. We decided to put them all under one roof, but it was very important that we designed them separately because searching for a diamond, buying a diamond, a gemstone, jewelry has very different requirements. The search requirements are different, the display requirements are different. So we wanted to make sure that we're providing the best user interface, the best user experience, regardless what product you're searching, and not just a generic search that doesn't work really well for different types of products.
Yes, thank you, Elliot. I think it's important for us to also note that you can see the mine diamond on the left and the lab grown diamond on the right. I know that we've had a lot of people get really upset that we put them under one umbrella, but I want you to realize that we actually have the ability to turn any product category off for you if you prefer not to see it. So if you only want diamonds, not a problem. We could remove all the other product categories for you. Our system is very flexible. With that in mind, we had a need that we had to address, and that was how do we create technology that is user-friendly and not intimidating? So really, that's the whole backbone of VDB. It's visual. There's pictures and videos. It's very interactive. It's very engaging. You could do a lot of things. We don't just have features, by the way. We actually have features that, if used properly, can actually help you close more sales and do more with your business. Some of those are, and not limited to, our markup modes, which allow you to actually hide prices on the front end or the back end to be able to use the system with your customer. There's messaging. You can actually communicate with your suppliers within the application. You could do sharing of a single item or of a collection, allowing you to actually present the items as if they're your own. We also have matching pairs and other features that are really, really unique to what it is that we do. And actually, in the next segment, we're actually going to go over some use cases, actual use cases that clients have come to us with specific needs and how it is that we address those needs. So in this use case, there was a multi-store retailer. There are about 100-store retailer that came to us and said, and had a problem. How do we streamline the sales process for our sales team? And one of the solutions that we provided them was the in-store selling tool. And I'll let Elliot elaborate on that in a minute. But before I do, I think it's important for you to understand what makes VDB so unique. In-store sales tools is an amazing tool for retailers to have. Not only is VDB a marketplace, VDB actually converts into a sales tool. You could take your tablet and you can actually hide vendor information. You could do a lot of really cool things with it, but it allows you to use it in your store with your customer. So when that customer walks into your store and you do not have what they're looking for, you do not have to walk away from them. You do not have to go to the back. You do not have to look at a computer. You can actually take the tablet right there and then and show them what they want, find it together, and then be able to get the item from either one of your suppliers or one of your other stores. Elliot, can you just elaborate more about how we created this tool?
Yes, of course. So the basis of the solution for this customer was our in-store selling tool. But the in-store selling tool alone was not enough. There's two major business needs that they had that we had to meet on top of the standard features that we offer with our sales tool. They needed to be able to choose between different preferred vendors or between different sets of inventory. And they also needed to be able to centralize all their buying efforts. They didn't want individual stores ordering stones directly. The first part of that was the search groups, right? So they wanted to first be able to look in their store And if it's not available in their store there, any other store that's available in the same area. If they can't find their own inventory, then they want to be able to search through national inventory that they can get it overnight. And if still they're not able to find the right inventory for their customer, they want to go into their international suppliers. You can have any grouping of suppliers. It doesn't have to be by location. It could be because you prefer to work with these guys because they give you a better price or because they give you better service. And then if you can't find a stone there, you can go to your next group. And it makes it very easy for your salespeople because they don't need to know about all those back end relationships. All they need to know, you search here first, then you go here, and then you go there. And that was very, very important for them and very helpful for them. The second important feature that we mentioned was the centralized buying. It's what we call a purchasing agent. In this particular situation, like I said, they didn't want their salespeople dealing directly with the suppliers. Instead, they want their salespeople to be able to show the merchandise with our in-store tool to their customers. And if the customer is interested in one stone, they want to be able to request it. So right in front of the customer with the price markups, the selling price, they're able to show the inventory. And if a customer is interested, they send the request to the purchasing agent, which gets delivered to them through a push notification, an email, also available in VIMS to manage a high volume of requests. Then the purchasing agent reviews the request. If they approve it, then they can go and actually make an offer to the supplier, again, through the VDB system. Everything is very automated. You get the request from your salesperson, you click on a button, you then request the item from your supplier, the supplier replies back to you, and everything is tracked inside of our system for you to be able to see in your app or in VIMS. That way, you don't have to worry about tracking this paper trail of all these different activities, all automatically stored for you in our system when you use this feature or any of our features really. You get to see all that background.
I think it's important to note that you don't need to have multiple stores to use this functionality. 1 to 2 store, 3 stores chains are able to use this functionality as well. So another need was how can we conduct more transactions online was another use case that our retailers were asking us. So Elliot, can you elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So typically when retailers come to us, they're looking for one of two solutions. They're either looking to drive more business into their store, or they're looking to have business online, right? Take their business online and have another channel of revenue coming in. And so we offer them different e-commerce solutions, whether one of them would allow them to submit a request and drive customers into the store. Others would have a shopping cart and a full ability to check out. Our e-commerce packages, they either come with what we call a basic homepage or an advanced homepage. We're able to fully customize them based on your design, your requirements, your needs. We can put any amount of content pages that you need about shipping, about us, really whatever type of content that you need, and it's very important to have on these types of websites. We're able to accommodate. What you see in front of you is a sample design where this is what I call a one screen design. Everything fits on a screen, whether it's your laptop screen or your mobile screen, everything's gonna fit in a single screen, and you can scroll right or left to see additional images or additional information, but you never need to scroll up or down. That's just a sample design that we offer for our e-commerce solutions. We also offer some other designs, which we can see in this next slide. On the left side, you'll see what we consider a one-pager, right? So it's everything is on one page, and you can scroll down to see the information. This is, again, fully customizable with your products, your categories, your collections, and anything that you're trying to promote. Again, like I said, any type of content pages like you see in the middle to help your customers understand who you are. And all of this, of course, is fully customizable to meet the look and feel and design pattern that you're looking for.
Thank you, Elliot. I think it's important for retailers to, if you do not have an online presence right now, this is really, really the time. I would not wait any longer. I know that some of you have been putting it off, but if COVID taught us anything is we need to be able to have an online store as well as a physical store to be able to operate in today's world. So the next use case would be a manufacturer wholesaler that wants to take their business online. And Elliot, please let us know how we handle that.
Sure, absolutely. Again, first of all, we meet with the customer and we really understand their business model, because in B2B, there's so many different business models. B2C, it's always public. Maybe they want shopping cart, maybe they don't want shopping cart, different payment options. But in B2B, it's much more complex than that. First of all, some people want everything to be fully private. Other people want it, their inventory to show, but the pricing to be private and the ability to order to be private. So to walk you through one of these use cases, I'm gonna walk you through one where the customer wanted public inventory, but the pricing to be private. So all of his inventory is available to the public, but without any pricing. So people can still see what he has to offer. And when he means people, he means his customers, right? Not necessarily the end consumers. But he doesn't want people to have to register and log in before they can even see what he has to offer. So he wanted to show everybody who has to offer. And then if you're from the trade, you can register and get approval, and then you get access to actually see the pricing and the ability to order. The second part that from this use case was that they had configurable products. So what you see on your screen right now is our product configurator. This can work for any product, and it can have any dimensions, any parameters, right? It could be around the type of metal, the color of the metal, the size, the width, the diamond quality. Really any type of parameter you need is possible. And as you configure this diamond based on your needs, the prices update based on your selections. But obviously this is only available after they log in and for their customers. Now their next need was really about selling their inventory, right? So yes, first of all, they wanted to really have a nice online presence where people can go and see them. But they also wanted to help their retailers sell, right? Today, to sell, it's not enough to sell to your retailers, right? You need to, at the end of the day, the end consumer needs to buy it. So, and the retailers have a lot of different options. So why should they buy my inventory as a manufacturer? Well, I have a website, which I can give to them, a website, a mobile app, an iPad that they can use in their stores, right? Similar to how the VDB in-store sales tool works, but in this case, it's your B2B app. And you can allow your retailers to either hide your logo, so you don't expose your logo, or to even replace it with their logo. Obviously, the prices are marked up, the manufacturer information, the wholesale information is all hidden. So it's as if it's your inventory with your branding, but the retailer didn't have to do anything here, right? This is a manufacturer, a B2B solution for manufacturer or wholesaler to be able to take their business online in the business model that they want, but also help sell their goods by offering these different, what we call B2B2C price modes with the ability to hide and replace your logo with your customer's logos.
I think it's important to note that we've created all these solutions for all different product categories, as well as all kinds of suppliers. We've done a lot of diamond dealers needed to have their own app or their web presence. Lab-grown market obviously is a big category for us. So there's a lot of ways that we help and support different product categories and markets right now. The next need was how does a customer that already has an e-commerce site, how do they add a little spice to their site?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, it's one size doesn't fit all. We meet with the customer, we understand what their exact needs are, and it really depends on what they currently have as their website and what they want to do with that website. For some of our customers, an iframe is what they're looking for, and we offer iframes. Other customers want a fully customized solution that they're building themselves. So we offer them our APIs where they can pull our inventory and they can actually request the inventory all automated. But our most popular solution that most of our customers want is for WooCommerce, Shopify, Magento. There's a very large amount of jewelry retailers that have stores on WooCommerce Magento, and now Shopify is the most popular one that I've seen recently. So we offer 3 different integrations, because these are all separate products, and these are native integrations. These are not iframes. This means it's as if you had a developer do all this custom development for you, but without a developer. It requires 0 development. There's a plugin that you will install just like you install other plugins or extensions or apps, depending on the platform you're talking about. And you can easily configure the colors, the shapes, only this field. So it can be made to match whatever your needs are when it comes to the type of inventory, when it comes to the look and feel. It's fully responsive, and most importantly, it's fully integrated into your online store, meaning that these products can be purchased through your stores. And we even make that easier for you. Once this item is purchased, we'll even trigger an auto buy request for you to the supplier to get that inventory to you.
Yeah, and I know you can't see it from here, but basically the search is image-based. So once you hit the search button, all beautiful images come up, and you really need these images to engage your clients online, get them interested on your products, or maybe get them into your store. So, you know, we have a diamond search available or other things. You want to make sure that you're doing that if you do not have that right now. Thank you, Elliot. The next use case, which is a very fun and, you know, special to our hearts, is Jewelers for Children. We had the honor to work with this organization. Those of you that don't know them, they've been around since 1999. They have, they've raised $57 million, by the way, mostly from our industry through charity work for children in need. And they usually operate basically, they're in the United States. They'll go to a few trade shows a year, or they'll do some events, but everything is done, at those events or by pen and paper. So they wanted to have a broader way to raise money, and they came to us, and we were really honored to work with them. So Elliot, can you tell us how we created a solution for them?
Absolutely, and this was a very interesting and fun one for us. There were 2 problems really when I think about it. The first problem, David, who manages Jewelers for Children, he's pretty much a one-man show. In the past, managing these auctions for him were a very tedious process. He was doing it all on pen and paper, and it was very hard for him to manage. So his part of the administration was very tough. And then the other problem was the whole auction being on pen and paper, meaning that he would have an auction during a trade show. People would have to come to his booth to see the different items that are up for auction. They would put their auction on a piece of paper, their bid on a piece of paper, and they would never know whether they got outbid, unless they came by the booth or remembered. And towards the end of the show, everybody's very, very busy, and most people aren't able to go there. So people feel like they're losing out because they really wanted to donate, and they wanted to win that item. And it's also not driving competition, which means that we're not increasing the amount of money that we're raising for charity. So in order to solve this, we first built a system for David to be able to manage his auctions. And that's not what we're seeing right now. Right now you're seeing the front end, but pretty much David can add anything into his auction from his phone, right? And his camera. We made it super simple where he doesn't have to be at a desktop, because sometimes he gets products at the show. So yes, he can do it through his computer. At the show, he can add items. So he can do everything himself very, very easily and very efficiently. And he has, and he really, really loves it. And now to the other problem of the users. Again, now with this app, anybody in the world can download this app and log in and participate in auctions. And they're able to see live updates. So as people are bidding and things are changing, as Tanya is pulled up on the next screen, and you see in that little GIF, you're able to bid on an item. You're able to see that you're the highest bidder. If you get outbid, we let you know whether you're inside the app or even outside the app. And then when you click on the notification, it brings you right back into the item to be able to place another bid. And obviously you have a page where you can monitor your bid. So it makes it very, very easy to participate in the auction. It's really nice that it drums up competition because you see all the activity that's happening in real time on any items that you bid on or not bid on.
Yeah, and as you could see over here, based on David's comment, considering the the COVID and they were supposed to have AGS and JCK fundraising, and that had been canceled. They're still able to do it online. And by the way, there is an auction going on right now. There's 1 day left. So if you want to participate and help some children in need, download the Jewelers for Children app in the App Store or the Google Play Store, and you can still bid on a couple of the items. Last but not least, use case. This one also very important. Due to the COVID, a lot of the trade shows have been canceled and postponed, as you all know. And of course, being that we're a technology company, right away, we came together and said, what can we do to make sure that our industry still stays connected? Because that's so important for us right now, and be able to, conduct business during this time while just being, in touch. So actually, again, we had an amazing opportunity to put out a VDB Expo, which was first of its kind. We did one with IDI and AWDC, Antwerp in Israel. We did it at the end of April, and it was the first online diamond virtual trade show. And being the fact that virtual is part of our name, we really know how to make things like that happen. So Elliot, could you please elaborate on that?
Absolutely. So the challenge here is to allow people to do the same things that they do at a physical trade show. So we allow in our virtual trade show, we believe that the most important thing is actually buying and selling, and obviously we allow for people to search and transact on any of our product categories. But it's not just about that. We allow them to have a nice landing page, which is what I consider kind of a 2D exhibition hall, where you're able to start searching for products. You can search for different exhibitors. You can promote exhibitors. You can have events, webinars. So really anything that you would have at a normal trade show, you could have at our virtual trade show. And then like other than all these surrounding things, again, back to the most important thing, you can search for inventory very easily, right? Going from booth to booth is not always the most ideal thing to find a specific stone. When you can search for a specific piece of jewelry, stone, whatever product category, you can talk with the supplier through live video chat. And if they're not available for live video chat, because it is 24 hours, which is nice about it, you can always leave them a message. But we also felt that it's very important to integrate the whole video conversation, because in business, it's really nice to be able to see the person in front of you when you're trying to close that deal.
Absolutely. And mind you, I just want to make sure that you know that we could do any product category, diamonds, gemstones, jewelry, and we're actually actively working on a couple of more expos coming out. So please stay tuned for those. If your organization or your company wants to take an event online, please contact us for more information. Here are just some of our clients that we've done some solutions for. One thing to note, RJO and CBG, the two on the left and the right corners, those are two buying group organizations in the United States that consist of over 1,100 retail members. These two organizations, about several years back, we've partnered with them to develop within VDB an ability for their buyers and their sellers to be able to connect with one another. And then they go into the marketplace if they don't find what they're looking for. But again, that just shows the way we partner with different industries and different organizations to build the appropriate solutions for their needs. And to be able to do all of that, you actually need a lot of people to do all of that. And there's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes on that, many don't realize. One thing that's very different about us, we're really a hand-holding organization. We really do a lot of demos and trainings. We act as consultants. We get to know you, your business, your needs. We welcome every new user with a demo, and it's very personalized. So we really partner with our members and our customers. And all of this would not be possible by our amazing team. This virtual photo yesterday. So some were not able to join, but you know, many are here, and they're here to support you guys. Really excited to be part of your business and part of your growth, and really believe in everything that we're doing for this industry. So one thing, I don't know if you guys realize, and Elliot will elaborate on that, we actually are not just a technology company or a marketplace, but we actually have our own technology team that works exclusively for VDB. That's our backbone. They create a lot of this stuff. We work hand in hand to make sure that we provide you guys the best solutions. Elliot, would you mind elaborating on our team and what you guys do?
Absolutely. The VDB technology team comprises of a lot of people and a lot of different teams, because building a good product and delivering it for a consumer at the end of the day is a lot of work. It's, you know, sometimes you'll meet some developers that do it with 1 or 2 people. It's impossible to develop an enterprise level application or system with 1 or 2 developers, right? You need a full team of experts in order to do something right. So the first part of our team is our project management team. They're in charge for making sure that our projects start and end on time and according to plan. Then once we actually kick off a project, our product and design team gets involved. The most important thing for them to do is to actually understand the requirements, so they can actually then start doing research. They do usability testing, they will do prototyping, and all of this is done with real users of VDB to ensure that what we're building is actually meeting that business need. Because if we're just building something that doesn't actually meet the business need, then what are we doing? Right? So only when we're sure that, that through testing that our solution is going to solve that problem do we take it into development. Once the development is done, we go through a bunch of phases of testing and quality assurance before we migrate it into our production environment. But it's not as simple as just deploying it to our production environment. We then need to train our implementation team, our support team, our sales team, and we also need to monitor all this stuff to see that people are using it and not having issues, so we can improve it if we learn anything from after we roll it out. And not to forget, now that we built it, we have a customer that actually wants to buy a product from us. That's where our implementation team really comes in and manages the project from A to Z. It makes it very, very easy for you. As much as a complex process this might look to, for our customers, it's not. They have to be part of the kickoff meeting, right? They have to approve the requirements, they have to approve the designs. They'll do a little bit of beta testing at the very end to make sure that everything is according to the requirements. And then we train them, right? And we have a closing and we help them go live, really go live and start using the product. By doing that, we make it very simple for them. Other than, now that I've talked to you about the technology team and some of our processes, I want to talk about some of our principles. We believe that the technology we build is here to simplify your day-to-day activities, right? If we're not simplifying it, you're not going to adopt it, right? And not only do we want to simplify, but we want to build simple solutions, right? Simple solutions are not simple to build, but they're very important to make sure that the users are able to adopt the technology very, very easily, right? And obviously the way that we ensure that our solutions meet the need is through user centricity, right? We listen to our users. Nobody knows better than our actual users, right? I think I might know something. Tanya might think she knows something. But at the end of the day, we listen to our users because they're the ones using it and they're the ones that need to be able to achieve their goals with it. And because users' needs change so often, we believe in agility, right? Like we can't be set in stone to say, this is what we're developing and it's gonna work like this because this is what we were planning last month, right? Things change every day. And as things change, we replan and re-strategize to make sure that we're able to meet our customers' needs. And last but not least, we don't believe in any given technology, right? Some people ask me, what language are you using and stuff like that. It really depends, right? We use the right technology for the right job. There's no one technology that fits all, and we always evaluate all the technologies and make sure that we're using the latest and greatest and the right technology for the job. In addition to the principles that we believe in, there's a lot of different practices that we employ. But here, I wanted to talk about a few of the ones that are near and dear to my heart. The first and most important thing, in my opinion, is index, UX, and product development planning, right? If we don't know what we're going to build and how we're going to build it and that it's going to meet the need, then we're wasting time. So we need to make sure that we do all the upfront work first. Something my father always used to tell me was measure twice, cut once. And I believe in that for development as well. Now, after we're developing, right, what's more important than quality control and assurance, right? Even if I develop something that technically would meet the business need, if it's not working well, there's a lot of bugs, if it's crashing, people are going to get disengaged and going to stop using it. So we employ some very strict quality control processes, including a lot of automated testing and monitoring at all times of all of our applications and our customers' applications. In order to also assure that our applications are always running and running well, we also use the highest end infrastructures that are available in the market with a lot of redundancy. So if one server goes down, there's another server available. If we get a lot of traffic, it automatically scales up and adds more servers. So the end users will never notice that there's any slowdown or any issues with the infrastructure because we will move to another server, we'll add another server to be able to handle the traffic that we see. And last and not least, you build something, you got to make sure people are using it. And the best way to make sure people are using it is by training and supporting our internal and external users.
And by the way, Elliot, thank you. And thanks for the tech team. They work day and night. They really, really work very hard. I have to say, we have an amazing team that really cares about what we're delivering. So thank you. To leave you guys off with a conversation that I had with one of our members, came to me a couple of years back and said, how does a diamond girl like you or a diamond girl get into technology? How did you know where to start? How did you know what to do? It was really a simple answer. I didn't need to know how to do it. I just needed to know what I needed to accomplish. And I just partnered or hired the right people that can make that happen. So in VDB, we really, like the front and the back, work hand in hand. We're always meeting, we're always strategizing, we really, really understand our industry needs, and we really make sure that we're delivering technology that our industry can use to benefit their business. And that's really, I just want to, if you're not going to take anything from this, you need to understand technology does not need to be intimidating. You just need to make sure that you are open to the possibility of partnering with the right people that can help make that happen. And I love the saying right here that basically says that a good leader doesn't need to know how to do everything. You just need to find the right people to set things in motion. So again, I encourage you guys, those that love technology, hate it, can't stand it, don't know what to do with it, please make sure to look into adapting some form of it for your business. And we thank you so much for your time. We're going to take it into questions and answers now and hope that you were able to get some good, useful information from this. Okay. So,
Yeah. All right.
let's-
So let's look at our Q&A board.
one second, let me,
Yeah, give us a second to look through these.
yeah, to get into, okay.
Yeah, so I can take the first question.
Yeah, go ahead.
The question is, do you customize the app features, or they are all default features common to everyone? So yes, our app is super customizable. The layout in some cases are similar, but the home pages are all super different from one another. The colors are super different from one another. The different icons that you see are different from each other. The features that we offer, not everybody uses all the features. Different people have different features. So we're not building an app from scratch from you. Our business model is software as a service, right? So we're giving you our software as a service. And in order for us to offer this model, we have a very highly customizable system that allows us to really customize the look and feel and the functionality. Different people want to see different fields, different order of the field. Like they want to change the label here, the label there. We've been working for a very long time to make it super customizable, and we can build something totally custom as well, right? If you have a need and you want us to build something custom, and we've done this for some of our customers. For example, if you look at Jewelers for Children, that is not the VDB app or VDB marketplace in any way. That's a separate app that's built just for auctions, right? And we have other product that is going on. So it really depends on your exact needs, and we can offer you the right solution, whether it's a white labeling plan or a custom app or a brand new fully designed app that does whatever you want. We specialize in this industry, but we can develop any app that does anything that you can imagine.
I think it's also to partner with a technology company that is from this industry, right? I mean, can you imagine trying to develop technology with a company that doesn't understand? So besides the fact that you want them to develop the technology for you, you actually have to explain to them how your industry operates and what you need. It makes it very complicated. So there's another question. I'll take this. Nilesh had asked how do I see the location? Yes, I tried to find it on the app, but I couldn't see it. I know it's kind of tricky, but yes, you can see it. I actually pulled it up for you right here. There's a little top arrow. I don't know if you could see it on the corner next to clarity. When you tap on that, it opens up the supplier location or the supplier name. You could put it in there and you could find it.
Yeah, and I think just to add, I think Nilesh was also talking about the search groups where I had local, national, international. So those groups I showed you were custom groups that we created for a custom client. So whatever needs you have for custom groups, let us know, and we can create that for you, right? It's a feature that we make available with our pro plans, our business plans, and all of our custom apps do. Outside of that, if you look at groups today, you're going to find only groups that you have access to. So if you're not in CBG, not in RJO, you're not going to see those groups, right? So if we can talk after the call and understand your exact needs, and by all means, we can explain to you more about our group search functionality. I hope that answers your question, Alyssa.
Okay, Elliot, I think the next couple are yours.
Okay, so let's see. Is it possible to add lab-grown and mined diamonds on the same iframe? Possible with 2 tabs like in the app? So yes, the search interface is separate, but you can have diamonds and lab-grown iframe, and you can put them on a single screen with multiple tabs, right? So the iframe code that we give you, you will drop it on your website, and you can drop it on a full screen, you can drop it on a screen with tabs, or you can have it in the menu to say diamonds, lab grown, and they all go different. So we can help consult you on different ways that you can integrate our iframes into your website. But absolutely, yes, we can do that. Okay, Elliot, hi, is it possible to extend the platform to the customers of a retailer, like an extension of the retailer himself. This could really expand the traffic on VDB platform. So that one's a little bit problematic. I'm trying to think about the best way to explain this, but we're able, a B2B business is able to give their retailers access to the app. The retailers cannot give the end consumers access to the app because it's not their app. So if the retailer has an app from VDB, and we have many retailers that have apps from VDB and are pulling inventory from the VDB marketplace, that are doing this, right? They are obviously giving it to their end consumers, right? So they're marketing directly to the end consumer with approved inventory that they got access to through their app, just like any other e-commerce solution. So we have a solution that is B2B2C, which is retailer stores, and we have a pure B2C solution, which could be either your own inventory, and it can be supplemented with different inventory from the VDB marketplace.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we have created quite a few apps for retailers that are going B2C with our UI, and it's been working really nice for them. Which market location has been using this app most? Okay, so I'll take that up. I just want to make sure that we have clarity. We're not just an app. I know a lot of times people get confused. We're actually we're a marketplace that functions on the web, in the App Store. We have it on all from Google Play to the App Store to the web. But mostly we are from the United States. So I would say that we are really retail focused, and a lot of the retailers in the United States are using us. I would say the majority we have a big share of the US market. That's one. We also have a nice share of the Indian market because we have offices there, and as well as Europe and Asia and other places. But I would say mainly it's in the U.S. as the first market.
Okay. So does VDB plan to come to colored gemstones besides diamonds? You want to take that, Tanya?
Okay, so yes, we plan. So we do have colored gemstones. I just want to make sure that there's clarity on that. The only thing is that we don't have colored gemstones on the web. We have colored gemstones right now. We have 4 product categories on mobile, including colored gemstones, and the web is coming.
Yes. Well, is it worthwhile if I'm based in the UK? Absolutely, and in my opinion, we have
a lot of UK customers using VDB and using our solutions. So absolutely, connect with us, and we'll help support you whichever way that you need.
We have suppliers all over Europe as well, so you don't necessarily have to order from India or the United States. You can even order more locally.
Right.
How do you see VDB's placement in India? India being a very different customer base. Well, I'll take it from my perspective real quick. Well, our apps are so customizable that we can accommodate any market, right? Our jewelry platform, our marketplace right now does not necessarily cater for the Indian marketplace. But if somebody wants a custom app or a pro or a business plan, we can customize it to meet the different types and subtypes and search parameters are required for the Indian jewelry market.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we work hand in hand, like we mentioned. We have an office in India. So we listen again, our team listens to what the needs are, and we support them appropriately.
It's an awesome app from Nilesh, an easy interface. Love what you did for JFC. What is the marketing plan to get more retailers to use it? It's a big, long question.
So, we're actively involved. We're involved, like I said, we're involved in many organizations. We're involved in CBG and RJO. We're also, AGS members, AGTA members, and I'm sure a few others that I can't even remember. But Centurion. So we do a lot of events, a lot of shows, a lot of reach out, and we do it actually, not just in the United States, we do it worldwide. You know, we've traveled to Hong Kong, we traveled to different trade shows in India. So we're out there on social media and, you know, doing all different forms of marketing. But of course, you know, we look to partners like you to help us spread the word. I think it's so important because what happens is people are natural creatures of habit. So they might be using something that they're used to using, might not be valuable for them, but because they're used to using this is what they're going to stick to. So the challenge is to get them to move from something that might not be serving their needs to something that might be more supporting of their needs. So again, we're not just a marketplace, and I think it's so important to distinguish us from the other marketplaces out there. We actually offer tools that support our members with solutions that they could drive, you know, get more sales or grow their business on a whole different level. So thank you, Nilesh, for that. Elliot, I think this next one's yours.
Yeah, so I'm a CAD designer. My products are primarily virtual. Can I upload STL files? So what Alon is talking about, STL files are 3D files. We currently do not support the ability to upload 3D files. We support every other image type in the world, but we do not support 3D image files. But it is on our roadmap. And hopefully very soon we'll be able to support 3D files for certain product categories, right? I'm assuming you're talking about jewelry. And in jewelry, that's where we're working on being able to bring in the 3D element too. I hope that answered your question and made sense to everybody else as well.
Kevin, hi Kevin. I know that he's always been on this. And we haven't forgotten about you. I know that origin's very important for you. I'm going to read the question. I'll let Elliot answer after I have but when will we be able to search for diamond origin, search by the way of tracking systems available for natural diamonds? You know, I know it might seem that we're taking our time and we really aren't. We have it on there, but we also have a lot of other moving parts that we're doing. Like I mentioned, we're not just handling marketplace and its UI, we're also supporting the technological aspect, and we also have a lot of different things that we're working on. So a lot of, you know, customers come to us with their needs, and, you know, we decide which ones we're going to handle as we're able to. Elliot, can you elaborate a little bit more of when this is coming?
Absolutely. So this is on a roadmap, and we actually did the first part of this, which we allow you to upload the diamond origin and other information, the diamond origin, the brand. And the reason we broke it into two pieces is because the data in the market right now is very segmented, and I didn't want to build a solution that wouldn't actually work when I went live with the real data. So we're in the process right now of working with all of our suppliers to give us inventory with origin information and any type of origin reports, any brand, right? So we can actually build a solution that will work for the real data that our customers have. So this is something that is on a roadmap, and we definitely plan on doing, and we believe is very, very important, but we want to do it right. Hope that answered your question. So seems to be a follow-up question. When you upload diamond origin, are you verifying that information first, and if so, how? We do some validity checks to make sure that the data looks valid, but we trust our customers, our suppliers, right? Our suppliers have to sign a code of conduct, and if they ever give us wrong information, we let them know about it and they fix it right away. Now, if you want to verify the origin, then you can pull up the origin report, and that would be a way of verifying. But we're not in the verification service. We're just presenting information to suppliers, validating that it's not bad data, and if we identify incorrect data, we work with our suppliers to correct it in a very rigorous basis. Okay, next question. The virtual act we mentioned about, is there any happening soon this year? Tanya, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, there will be. It just has not been public information yet, so we can't share. As we mentioned, we are like let's say the convention center per se. And then whoever wants to do the trade show contacts us and they put it together, but with our help. So we can't market anything or talk about it until they're ready for that. So yes, absolutely. There's a lot of talks. There will be events happening. And I think this is an amazing opportunity for any company or organizations that want to take it online. We also have, you know, again, like we said, it's not just what you see. If you say, well, you know what, I need this for my business, or I'm thinking about this for my business, how do I, how can you guys support me? You know, come to us and we'll find a solution for you.
Okay, thank you. So Nilesh, can you include dealers' membership to RJC and other such organizations? It will help, especially when it relates to responsible sourcing. So are you familiar with this, Tanya? I'm not sure I fully understand the question.
You know, and you know what, this is something that we're definitely going to delve into a little bit more and more. We're having a lot of conversations about how do we, you know, yes, how do we make it a little bit more valid? How do we bring that assurance? So absolutely, we're working on some things, and we hope to roll some things out towards the end of the year to be able to support this. Another thing about membership, one thing that we didn't know is that we do have an ability to talk about or showcase membership. We actually did something, collaboration with NCDIA earlier this year. I didn't mention them, but we did. That was another one of our partnerships. So what we did for them was they're in the Natural Color Diamond Association, and they deal in natural color diamonds, and they want to make sure that people know that they don't handle any treatments. So any NCDIA member actually has a logo next to their name. And then when you tap on NCDIA membership, you're able to actually get the information about what it is that they stand for. So we're able to do that with all different kinds of organizations and different affiliations. So we're going to look into that as well. Thank you.
All right.
All right. It seems like actually, wow, we've made it
perfectly on time with no open questions. I think.
Perfect timing. All right, everybody. It's, you know, it's 11 o'clock, and we really, really know that you could have done many other things with your time, but you chose to spend it with us, and we really do appreciate it. We love you guys, and we hope that you stay safe and your families are well. And we're always here if you need to connect with us. Our information is up on top. And Elliot, any closing words from you?
No, thank you to all of our customers, and thank you to our amazing employees, and thank you for attending. We really appreciate it, and please reach out with any questions. We would love to talk to you guys.
Thank you guys. Ciao.
Bye.